previous buyers had turned a full-time job into a part-time job. Chocolate shipments came in decorated for Christmas, Valentine's Day, and Easter. Stores displayed Godiva on temporary fixturing placed in the middle of the marble aisle walkways. The rest of the year, the temporary fixturing used for Godiva displays was taken down, while other products we carried, such as cookies, cakes, and dried fruits and nuts, seemed best suited for major holidays. Chocolates performed well as a day-in, day-out merchandise category. Whether it was Burdines or Godiva that was mismanaged, or a little of both, I brought the parties together, and immediately things began to change. Soon, I was organizing a regional rollout. It's very hard now, thinking back, to imagine a time when Godiva wasn't everywhere. In 1984, Burdines only had refrigerated candy counters at the main store in Dadeland. Since chocolate must be displayed in a chilled display case, due to the fact that the air conditioning in department stores turns off at night, individual chocolates sold by the piece were not available at the branches. Federated did not yet have refrigerated trucks, and there was no cool room at the warehouse. How could we put together a program to get our best seller into all doors for sale year-round? Apparently, none of my predecessors had thought to call Godiva and ask for their ideas on accomplishing statewide distribution. My first introduction to Godiva was when my Godiva account executive, Brandy, who was Godiva's point person handling Florida, showed up at my fifth-floor office in the downtown Miami store at 22 East Flagler Street with high energy and a sparkling, effervescent personality. Brandy was dressed professionally in a two-piece navy blue suit. I later found out Godiva's sales force was all female, and their look was exactly this, very corporate but with a little sex appeal thrown in, somewhat reminiscent of Lady Godiva herself. Before the meeting could begin, I had to ask about the other thing I noticed. "Why are you carrying around a big white cardboard carton that has a handle on it?" I asked. Brandy explained, "It's a standard issue Godiva sample case, and all the Godiva reps carry them." It was Godiva's version of a briefcase, one filled with truffles for me to taste and packaging samples for me to see. We discussed my vision for what had to happen next. I described to Brandy a system that we could put in place in partnership, revolutionizing Godiva's distribution and exploding both parties' profits. I wanted a new style of Godiva display case that would allow customers to reach in and help themselves to pre-packed boxes of chocolates. Gone would be the days of a sales clerk behind the counter hand-packing each box of chocolate for customers. That was too low volume. I expected Godiva to pack the boxes and ribbon them at the factory, shipping gifts ready to display on branded self-service fixtures. In order to transport the chocolate to the stores, I overhauled Godiva's logistics. By switching to third-party delivery services, Godiva could ship directly to each branch store, using 2 to 3 day shipping by air. Godiva would build shipping costs into the wholesale price. Both parties agreed that we could increase Godiva's retail price to customers to cover the added cost of shipping. I budgeted a first-year commitment totaling a few $100,000 guarantee. On that basis, Godiva was willing to pay for the purchase and installation of new self-service refrigerated chocolate counters. By the end of my second year in the buying office, Federated was Godiva's #1 wholesale account in the U.S. We purchased over $1 million worth of chocolate at cost and sold it for over $2 million at retail, earning a $1 million gross margin equaling 50 points. Federated then rolled out similar programs at other divisions, such as Bullock's in Los Angeles, Rich's in Atlanta.